This is Fuse, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today we're going to get into gear, selling it, which sets are good, which sets are bad, which ones have special places. We're also, well, before we get into all the gear, let's real quick do the news. Right now the fragment event is still going on. There's not a whole lot to talk about. This basically just keep on the arena tournament's up. That's easy to knock out. Just push through it. Stick with spiders. It's actually a pretty low bar to get your fragments and spiders. But you'll want to keep running dungeons because we also have the dungeon diver event going on. So for the moment, we're kind of in easy mode. Just keep on selling through it. Don't panic if you've missed a few of your fragments. You can miss 25, like I said. Go back, watch some of these videos, and watch them all the way through. There's a lot of information, and some of it doesn't pop up until after one lesson or one little thing we talk about. But I have plenty to help you with fragment events, plenty of things to teach you guys. So be sure to go and watch these things all the way through. So enough of that, enough of news. Let's get into gear. I'm gonna do a gear cleansing here on FuseBox because it turns out the brand new artifact storage isn't quite cutting it, guys. There it is, 1,000 of 1,000, and I still have a bunch in my inventory. But a lot of this is going to be completely, absolutely sold. Now, what I'm going to do on this account, you can take into account where you're at in the game. You don't have to be in, this account is pushing in game. So if I'm selling everything that's 5-star and blue or less, you can easily take that and make yours 4-star blue and less. If you're really early, maybe 3-star blue or less. And what I mean when I keep saying blue or less, I'm at a point where I need to be moving into 6-star gear and pretty much cleansing my 5-star gear. The reason I don't sell every 5-star purple, it depends on those stats. This has one useful stat for me, and let's go over useful stats real quick. Crit rate is going to become super important. Speed is always super important. Accuracy begins to be less important the further you get, but if you're earlier on, accuracy can be important. But I'm not going to weigh accuracy very heavy on my account. And then percentage stats, precisely where I want them to be, they start to help out. And that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for when I go through this gear. So before I do a gear cleanse, let's talk about the sets themselves. Life set. The life set, once you kind of get past where you're using the gear you farm, which shouldn't take long at all, first 30 days, hopefully you're running dungeons and getting better gear. I don't like life set gear because what do we get out of life set gear? The bonus for 2 pieces gives you 15% health. Well, as soon as you get to running clan boss, I believe on any level, but certainly on hard, normal, brutal, you're gonna start to get immortal set. Immortal set also for 2 pieces gives you 15% health power, but it also heals you 3% every turn. So it outweighs the life set every time. Now, a great piece is a great piece, so I'm not going to just sell all my life gear, but most of the sets that you get early game, like attack, same thing. You've got the cruel set, you get the same amount of attack bonus, but you also ignore defense, and I'm telling you, the further you get, ignoring defense becomes a very, very powerful tool. So this is just hands down better. Early game, you will absolutely use and need, even late game, accuracy sets to make up accuracy on some characters. But now that you can create perception gear, you can get that same 40% accuracy, 40 accuracy with 5% speed. That is just head and shoulders above accuracy gear. So there are some pieces of gear that just can't keep up with others. So let's start with just bad sets. There's one set that I just cannot find a place in this game to use. No matter what I do, I cannot fit this set into anything. The curing set. It's kind of a blessing because when you're farming 12-3, these are the shields that you're getting while you farm. And I'm gonna tell you, to this day, I'll look at a legendary and make sure that I don't have like 2 or 3 stats that I could roll and hopefully get 3 or 4 rolls on. But this set is so bad in my opinion that I just sell it. I just flat out sell it. And why do I not value blues so high? Blues come with 2 stats, and here's 2 good stats: attack percentage and speed. For an attack character, this is great. It's a 6-star, but it's blue. Because it's blue, when I roll to 4, I'll get a bonus to one of those. Let's say it's speed, that's a good start. And then I roll it to 8, and even if I hit speed again, that's a really good roll. And then I can never increase the amount on any of those stats. So if I go to a purple, even though this is a 5-star, it has speed, and it has attack percent, and it has crit rate. The 3 stats that came on this one are far better anyways. But if I roll speed 3 times, I don't even have a chance to roll speed 3 times on that blue. So blues hold a lot less value for me. And so if you're at the point where you need to do this with 4-star gear and not 5 or 3-star gear even, you know, just remember what I'm doing, but put it to where you are in the game. You don't have to sell your 5-star gear if that's the best you got. So what I will end up doing, this set, I might check this one out. If I get 3 rolls on speed here or crit rate, this is going to be a pretty good piece. Everything on it works out. If it's not purple or better, I'm not looking at it. This one, defense and crit rate, it's a 5-star, and it's one of my least favorite sets. I'm going to let this one go. Though I could see giving it a shot and seeing if I don't get 2 defense, 2 crit rate. That would be a pretty decent gear. But this set is just no good. So I'm going to go through here and sell this and try not to bore you to death. I really wish there was a drag option, so you can just drag over all of these things, highlight them, and you're going to see me doing things. It is hard when you get to the point where you have to move past a certain type of gear. I'm moving past 5-star unless it's purple or legendary, and it also has to have good rolls pretty much straight through it for me to keep it at this point. So there's a million silver right there, and we just opened up our bags so I can get all that junk out of my inventory. But this will apply everywhere. So I'm just going to go through here, and if it's 5-star and it's blue, I'm selling it. And to not hurt my feelings, I'm not even going to look over. I'm not going to look up there. I don't even want to see those stats, because I know that if I try to roll it, I'm going to regret it. Speed boots, I caught that one. If you're low on speed boots are important. You might do those last, because those things are super important. Now here's a legendary, and it has crit rate, defense. If this was in a defense set, it would make more sense to me. If it rolled crit, I'll give it a shot. Okay, so I got a phone call I had to take there, but anyways, back to this. I'll give this a shot. It's got to roll really good for me to keep it though. This is a purple, and I've already got 2 rolls on speed. That's the reason I'm holding on to this. Matter of fact, that's what I do, by the way. On this one, I said I'm going to give it a shot. Let's get off sale real quick, and I'll show you what I mean by that. We're going to upgrade this to 8. And if I don't hit crit rate, crit damage, it might be okay on crit damage, but I didn't even look at the main stat on this. Stop this. It's HP chest. HP gloves. That could be good on an HP character. If it keeps hitting crit rate, I may give this one a shot. But it's not. If it hits this flat stat one time, I'm selling this thing. So I can't believe we actually hit it. It hit flat stat. It's gone. I'm not keeping it. There's too many other valuable items I could be dealing with. So back to all these blues. I'm gonna hold on to the speed boots. That 6-star is attack with defense. That just doesn't match up for me. So 6-star with really bad substats, no good. So that we just cleansed one set of gear. And yep, it only leaves me with 3 pieces. like I say, I'm not a fan of that gear. So what do we have here? A 6-star. There's only one way I keep this, and it has to hit crit rate all the way. Tempted to not even try it, to be honest. I'm tempted to not even try it. But what I'll do is test the waters. Let's go to 4. Maybe I'll give it 8 if it hits accuracy. But that's about it. That's the only shot this piece has. Of course, it would hit accuracy just to make me test the water some more. So we'll see, because I'm not interested in resistance or HP on this piece at all. So this one's gone. I'm wasting silver on it at this point. I can tell. It's cheap to roll these things up and test them to 8. So that's gone. 5-star blue, 5-star blue. It looks like I've tested the waters on this one. I got HP percentage and speed, so I may push further later. Speed, crit rate, this one's got potential. Even though it's a 5-star, it is a legendary. 5-star blue, gone. You may be at a point where on gloves, if it's crit rate and you still need a lot of crit rate gloves, you might watch those, kind of like speed boots. You see I'm holding on to those speed boots. 5-star, 5-star, and moving on. So it's pretty much this easy to go through here, and blue 5-stars are gone. I'll kind of check for speed boots, and I think I'm past the point that I got to worry about crit rate gloves, but I may do that too. So the first part of this will be easy for me. I'll go through, and anything that's, I only hold on to that because I rolled it up. I'm not making that mistake anymore. Just because I rolled it up a long time ago doesn't mean I have to hold on to it. So yeah, if anything is blue or less and 5-star, it's gone. You get the idea. I won't put you through the whole thing. Sets though, let's get back to sets. You can see how quickly I can clear these things out, and then I'll start rolling things up and testing the waters. When you're gearing your characters, you really don't tend to want to just throw gear on them and then level it up, because you could take this guy and throw some speed boots on him and it might not hit anything else that you want. You want to roll gear up when you're able to. You want to roll up that gear before you equip it. Like, I don't think I have anybody. I don't want to go and gear anybody because I'm waiting on the artifact event to come back around during this fragment summoning event. Or let's see, is there anybody that's ungeared here? This guy, he's actually got gear. Surely there's somebody. Okay, well here's a royal guard, my 3rd royal guard. Good grief. If I were gearing him, what I would do is come in here. I would hope he would be at 60 first, because I'm going to give him an accuracy banner right off the bat. I'm going to come through here and look for a good accuracy banner, and like defense, this would make him tankier. I just take the best one, which is this one. It has percentages instead of flat stats. I would roll this sucker up and see if I get speed. If I had other options, you could also check the ones that you're wearing on other characters. And then I would put it on him, and I would have my accuracy kind of growing. I usually do my jewelry first. Here I'd be looking for a flat stat of attack with attack percentage. So there would be a good option. The flat stats that you get on these jewelry simply means you want the highest star rating you can. So flat out, a 6-star attack ring is the best I could do for attack on my royal guard. So this would be a clear option. Let's see if I got many. That needs to be sold, but I'm not gonna do that to you right now. This one I could roll it to see if I do better, but this one, as long as it hits attack percent, it's probably gonna outmatch it. And I would do it on the necklace. I would go straight for a crit rate necklace, the highest I could get. Crit damage, like right here, and it comes with accuracy to help kind of finish off that accuracy. That would probably get some rolls from me. This one would get some rolls. And then, I would look at them and I would choose my favorite after rolling them to at least 8 or 12. I'd pick the best one, put it on him. Then I would go straight into boots. And boots, it's pretty simple. I'm looking for speed. So I'm doing this without doing it because I want to save my silver for the artifact enhancement event. But I would look for speed primary on boots. And then what I would do is try. Now this is important. Your set bonuses do not outweigh the stats on your gear. If this guy ends up in 6 different pieces of 6 different sets, that is fine by me. If I can get him at around 100% crit rate, maybe 230% crit damage, pretty high attack, and some health power to help him survive. If I can do that, I don't care if I get 0 sets on this guy. I'll show you an example. Here's my farmer, my speed farmer Fellhound. It looks like I did make a couple of sets, but it wasn't by design. I mean, here's a misplaced piece of speed gear, one misplaced piece of perception. You know, it looks like your first grader woke up and decided I'm dressing myself for school today, right? You know, it doesn't make sense. Why would I not make those sets? Because I'm not worried about what those sets give me. If I can reach these numbers, he's an interesting guy. Defense and attack add up, both scale for him, so that puts him at like 5,500. I've got a lot of crit rate damage, and he does his job. Now, when you can put a good set together, it does help. It does help you out. This guy is in a Savage set, but I have speed boots in a Savage set. I actually do have crit rate rolled up with some attack on a helmet. I actually got a speed roll with some crit rate, crit damage. He's actually in arena, so that kind of helps that I've got a little bit of resist. That's not a horrible stat for arena. I went with the attack chest because look, more crit rate. All that crit rate that you're seeing added up to me being able to put on a small set of gloves and kind of get him where he can hit 100% every time. That's over 100%. I didn't even have to get a special set of gloves. I used these just to get the perception, so that I brought my accuracy up and got a little more speed out of him. He's going pretty fast too, and in the end I actually did use the sets that I would want to use to pull off right at 100%. Now see, he really could use more crit damage, but I haven't rolled him up yet. I'm waiting for that artifact event to do all this. So when you can make a set, make the set, but don't force a set on somebody. If you're trying to put relentless gear on your cold heart, if you can't get her speed at 180 or her accuracy over 170 because of that relentless gear that's in your bag, then don't do it. Don't do it. Her getting an extra turn doesn't matter if she's not hitting the spider for 2 million. You know what I mean? You're wasting your time if you go in there and smack him for 300,000. I mean, you can do that with a well-built regular character. So it's easy to cleanse. You just have to make yourself do it. Sometimes you got to hold your nose and just swallow the pill and just get past it. I'm going to sell a lot of things that are just going to be hard to sell, but I'm going to make myself do it, and I really suggest you do too. Keeping your gear cleansed periodically will keep the silver when I get done with this, I should have 25-30 million silver. If I do my jewelry, probably more than that. And I'm gonna have space, but more importantly, I'm gonna have pieces that I checked and I rolled up to 8 or 12 that are already kind of rolled, so that when I'm gearing a champion, I know exactly what I'm getting when I put them on it. So that's it. That is it. That's all I wanted to do, was touch on gear. It takes a while, but it's a lot. There's a lot of good info and a lot of good tips in there. So hopefully this will help you guys get going. When you start trying to gear up your champions, you make a lot of mistakes early on. Right now, if I were to look at some of my champions that I had from the beginning, they're probably still wearing just the stupidest pieces of gear, rolled to 12 and 16, wasted silver. It actually costs more money to take some of those pieces off than to just destroy them. That's how bad it is to mess up with gear. So hopefully this will help you learning how to roll before you equip it. That prevents you making a mistake. If it doesn't hit where you wanted it to, I start on my jewelry and then I move from speed boots backwards, typically. looking for crit rate before I go to gloves, because if I can find my crit rate in the other items, I do not need crit rate gloves. That gives me the chance to put crit damage gloves on. You know, and you may have different ways and different plans on building a character, but definitely rolling things up before you use them and before you sell them, because if it does hit 3 times on speed, all of a sudden a not so good piece looks like a great piece. Just keep those things in mind. That's how you're going to make your Arbiter fast. You're going to have weird pieces of gear on her, but they're going to make her fast. Triple rolls on speed and crit rate. Be looking for, even double rolls can be amazing. Just look for those, save those, roll it up before you equip it, and guys, go out and enjoy the grind.